Hello, hello, and today I'm gonna bust a move. And by bust a move, I mean bust rocks, 'cause today we're going mining. That's right. And I'm going mining. I already did a little strip mine and revealed a bunch of ores because I had a request on how ore on this mod pack, how it spawns, and uh, the rarity of certain ores, the uses of certain ores, and so this will be mostly I guess a tutorial rather than a survival video, although I'll be doing it all in survival and fighting whatever I find. And as you see, I made me some throwing knives. I love these things. And made me a little sword. Okay. So let's jump right on in here. Also, of course, as you can tell, I made a smeltery. I will grab buckets for lava at another time, because right now we need to get our mining expedition started. Excuse me, I'm burping everywhere. Okay, so I just went down to the common Y level for iron, which is 32, and just started a strip mine. I found one of the rarest ores on the server, which is Atlaris. This is from metallurgy. And as you can tell at the top, my Wayla is telling me that the harvest level, the mining level for this ore is Manulin. And you might already know that Manulin is the highest besides bedrock. And yes, there's a pickaxe for bedrock. But this is Manulin, and this is the highest that we will be going. And Atlaris is very useful. If I go ahead and hit on the numpad key, number 4, it will show me the uses for what I am looking at. As you can tell, I'm looking at this. So I hit the 4, and it will show me all the uses for this ore. And, of course, you can smelt it for Atlaris. You can throw it in a smeltery, throw it in a crusher, and this is where the real use for Atlaris comes in. If I go ahead and right-click the dust, I can show that it has an alloy recipe. Adamantine, which is a, I believe it is a nether ore. And then Atlaris, actually, I can't recall. I think this is an overworld ore. It is sanguinite that is a nether ore. Either way, you combine adamantine and Atlaris, and it will become Tartarite, which is the most powerful metal in this mod pack that I know of. And if I go ahead and right-click it here, and let's go to the sword. It has +9 attack damage as its base. And as you already know, diamond is +7. So this is already 2 tiers above diamond. And the armor that it makes, I believe, is very, very powerful. Oh, wow. So, it says protection 5 on the Tartarite boots. What that means is, that is 5 points on your armor bar at the bottom. Diamond boots only give you 3. So this is 2 tiers higher than diamond. This, same, 2 tiers higher than diamond. The leggings, I believe, is either equivalent or maybe just 1 tier higher than diamond. And this is, I think, 1 tier higher than diamond, or the same. So really, the main difference you're going to get is on the boots and the helmet. Much more protection. And you'll kind of see this trend throughout the metallurgy mod, is that on the different metals, the helmets and the boots tend to be higher than anything you can get in vanilla. Okay, and that about does it for Tartarite and Atlaris. I figured I'd go ahead and explain it first, since it was one of the first ores that I found. So if we keep going now, we got a Thaumcraft ore. This is Cinnabar. Let's go ahead and see its uses. You smelt it into Quicksilver. Quicksilver has a few uses in Thaumcraft. It is not the most useful thing, and it is not very rare. On the other hand, that Atlaris I found is very, very rare, and I can't believe I found any of it at all. It also has a very wide range on the Y coordinate as far as where it spawns, so it kind of makes it even rarer that way, because you can't just stick with a certain Y and go for it. Even though you can do that to a certain degree, it's just so sporadic and it only spawns at one ore at a time. So, yeah, very rare. And then this stuff, it only spawns at one at a time, one ore at a time, but it spawns it quite often. So, it's not very rare, not very useful unless you're getting into Thaumcraft. Let me go ahead and look it up some more, just in case. Yeah, you can't do too much with it. Okay, so let's just keep on going now. And I believe one of the next ones I found was copper or tin. Yeah, tin. Okay, tin is quite useful, quite common. Let me go ahead and hit the button here. Alright, so tin can't be used for too much. You know, I'm looking up recipe. Alright. You can use it as a as a iron substitute for buckets and shears, and other stuff. You can use them to make the canisters required for the Tinker's Construct heart canisters. Other than that, it's good for combining with other metals. Let me go ahead and look up the recipe for that. Yeah, you use tin to make bronze. Bronze is alright. It's just a little better than iron as far as like tool usage and stuff. But I'm pretty sure there's another use for bronze. Let me go ahead and... Nope, never mind. I'm thinking of Damascus bronze, which has a different use. It is a much better metal. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the metallurgy crusher recipes for such a thing, alloy recipes. If you look at pretty much any dust that I'm going to look at here on this video, you'll see that if you combine any dust with Midasium, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's supposed to be like the Midas touch, turning stuff to gold, because if you combine this dust with any other dust, it will turn it straight to gold dust. And this includes, I think, gunpowder and redstone and glowstone dust as well, so pretty much any dust you combine with this. This is a nether ore. It's actually quite common in the nether, but that's one of the uses for it. You can also use it, of course, as a metal, in which case you would make armor and tools out of it. So we're looking at tin now. You can turn tin, of course, into bronze. I think that's about all the uses you get out of it, is combining tin and copper to get bronze. Okay, so I guess tin isn't as useful as I thought it was. And it's quite common. We'll go ahead and collect it. Alright. And as you saw, there was iron. We do have the dense ores mod, in which case all vanilla ores, including iron, lapis, redstone, gold, diamond, and iron, will sometimes spawn with a dense ore inside of them, and I believe it either doubles or triples your yield when you mine it out, so very useful. But it also makes the vanilla variety, there we go, dense iron ore. It makes the vanilla ores easier to obtain, so that is both good and bad, depending on who you are. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the yield is from a dense ore. So I got 11 iron ore. That looked like 2. Nope, it was 3. We got 14 now. Alright. So, yeah, the dense ores is a triple. And here we go, copper. Copper is quite common. Let's go ahead and look into the uses for it. We'll go into the molten copper. Of course, you can make bronze with it. You can make molten aluminum brass for it. Let's check out the crusher recipes for it. Aluminum, brass, gold when you combine it with midzium, bronze, brass, of course. You can combine zinc with copper to make brass. Let's go ahead and look up the uses for brass. I'm actually curious on that. You turn to gold. You can cook it. Let's go ahead and look at its uses. Oh, you can just make brass tools out of it. Same strength as stone. Not too good. I have no idea what the mining level of the pick would be. The armor looks pretty cool. The strength of it is same as either chain or gold. So not the best thing, but it looked pretty cool just by looking at the picture. So we'll go ahead and take this copper. And copper is very useful if you have tech mods, but this mod pack is a magical mod pack, so copper has a lot less use in this. Now we have bitumen ore. Let's go ahead and look up the uses for it. You can crush it into bitumen. Oh, that's about it. Let's see here. I know bitumen you can smelt to make tar. Tar is a slime alternative. I believe it has all the same uses as slime. So yeah, you can make slime channels, magma cream, leads, other stuff. Name tags are craftable in this, and it requires a slime ball. So yeah, tar is slime ball. One and the same. Alright, it may have a few things that it is only used for. Explosives. Okay, so let's go ahead and mine this out. There we go. Alright. Let's keep going. We get some more copper. Gotta love me that copper. Probably the only thing I'll use it for is aluminum brass, because I don't want to waste gold since we have Thaumcraft in here, which Thaumcraft uses gold quite often. So here's this little cave that I found while mining. There are a lot of ores in here. We will quickly go through them all. Okay, so of course we have the oreberry bushes. Now these are from Tinker's Construct. These do allow you to grow metal, and there's no cost to them. You simply just place them in the dark. They'll grow over time. So yeah, the main cost, I suppose you could call it, is time. You just simply have to wait on them to grow. When you collect the ore from them, these Tinker's tools, if you right click they place the block next to them, which is great if you're using torches. Anyway, oh, I grabbed the stuff. So we have a tin oreberry. An oreberry is the equivalent to a nugget. So if I go ahead and click uses here, I can smelt it into a nugget. Alright, and same goes for all the other ore bushes. They have ore bushes in iron, copper, aluminum, gold, and tin. And I don't think there's any more. There are essence berry bushes, but those aren't an ore. So I'll get into those when I find them. Anyway, so yeah, this makes it so then ores are a bit easier to collect, but only those specific ores. Okay, let us continue. Let me get my sword out. Okay, so we have some manganese ore. Let's go ahead and look at the uses for this. The main use of this that I can think of is that it can be combined with iron to make steel, and I think you can only use the crusher recipe. Yes, so you have iron dust, manganese, and it makes steel. Steel is very strong. Let's go ahead and look at it here. Yeah, diamond strength for as far as like attack strength goes. If you're using a Tinker's Construct, it has the mining level of cobalt, so yes, you can use steel to go into the nether and start mining out your resources for manulin. Okay, that's the good use for manganese. I do not have the current mining level for it. Okay, let's keep going. We got some gold oreberry bushes. Got some gold. Mm, let's keep going. Aha. We got some phosphorate. Phosphorate? Yeah. Alright. Not too useful. Let me go ahead and mine it out a little bit because it breaks into these little bits. There we go. Phosphorus. Let's go ahead and look at the uses for it. We can make a decorative block for storage. These four materials are mostly used in metallurgy to simply make fertilizer. It has the same use as bone meal. So whenever you're finding potash, magnesium, phosphorus, or saltpeter, it is mostly just used for fertilizer. Although there is the alternate use that you can combine it with midsium dust to create gold dust. And that's probably what I would use them for, because gold is rare to mine, but midsium is quite common in the nether, in which case you can get tons and tons of gold, which of course is used a lot in Thaumcraft and other mods. So that is the main use for phosphorus. That's the main use for potash, magnesium, and saltpeter. Let's go ahead and double check that for the saltpeter, because I don't recall. I think there might be an extra use for it. Yeah, saltpeter is a good way of making gunpowder if you combine it with charcoal and sulfur. So I remember there was an extra use for saltpeter. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish mining this out. Is there any extra? Nope. Alright. So let's continue on our way. Aha, there we go. Some Thaumcraft ore. These things are not too rare. If I go ahead and mine it out here, I am not going to go into the uses for these, because this stuff has lots of uses. I will say that it's not very rare, and there are different elements of this infused stone. You have the air here in front of me, but there's also earth, fire, water, order, and chaos. And I would pretty much call them all equals, even though they each have quite different uses. Their uses are so broad that I would have to just categorize them in the same category. So yeah, those I would consider moderately rare, very useful. Not diamond useful though. I guess I would put them in the same category if I was placing it with vanilla usage. Maybe redstone or lapis. Maybe put them in the same category as those two. Although it's hard to categorize this stuff. While we have sulfur, and as I showed you earlier, sulfur has the use of creating gunpowder. There we go, some more sulfur. Alright, and if we had some other tech mods, it would be great for you making a jetpack, but magic mod. I gotta focus on the flip side of the coin with Botania and Thaumcraft being some of the major mods that we have. Witchery, of course, is a huge mod that we have. Okay, let us continue. Gold. Entropy infused stone. This is chaos. These will drop the chaos shards. I think they just call them entropy, which is a scientific term for chaos. Alright. Let us continue. Speaking of lettuce, this has Pam's Harvest Craft in it, in which case you can find lettuce and grow it. Okay, I'm backtracking. Oh, we got some aluminum oreberry bushes. Okay. Saltpeter. Awesome. I love this stuff. Let's go ahead and get us some of that. Let us continue. We got some copper. Platinum. Now, of course, If anyone knows tech mods, this stuff is very rare, very useful for tech mods. But for this little magic mod pack, you're going to want to use it for making armor. It's actually not that good if you make it into into metal. It has a strength of stone, and the armor is only a little better than iron armor. So let's go ahead and go out of it. The use for this, the main use, is I hope I pronounce this correctly. Selenagil, and amordrine. Okay, so I already looked at them earlier. Selenagil seems to be the highest of the two. They both are diamond level, but the benefit that Selenagil has is that the helmet, I believe, has one more protection on it, as opposed to this, it has a little less on the helmet. Yeah, so they're about about the same level. It's just the other one has the bonus of a little bit more defense on the helmet, which is weird. I just noticed this though. The Amordrine sword has a heal bonus to the sword. That might be something like a health drain effect, where you can heal yourself by attacking an opponent. So might want to keep that in mind when you find platinum, that it can be used as a good combining agent for two different materials. Okay, let's keep going now. Got a few more to show. Alright, where am I going? End up getting lost in these big caves. Alright. Let us continue down this path. Alright, and we have some fire-infused stone for the fire shards for Thaumcraft, of course. Alright. And of course, lapis. Silver. There we go. Let's go ahead and look up the uses for silver. It's not very strong if I remember correctly. It is stone level. Let's go ahead and look at that. Yes, stone level. But it is also has a special use for witchery, in which case you can create a witchery silver sword. Double damage against werewolves. So I haven't actually seen any werewolves in my time of playing on the witchery mod. But I usually play it with other mods, so I don't get to run into it too often. And of course, for the witchery mod, you can tip your bolts for your crossbow in silver to create some silver bolts. It seems as though you can also create a wolf trap using silver. Alright. And some armor to add some protection to your armor. Okay, let's see if there's any combinations for silver. Electrum, silver and gold, of course, makes Electrum. Electrum is very weak. It has a lot of uses in tech mods, but of course this is no tech mod pack. Okay, so we got some Electrum. Electrum, oh yeah, there we go. It is stone level for attack power. Quicksilver, you can also make with it. Let's see here. Oh, not very useful. Oh, I'm looking up recipe, I think. Yeah, there we go. This is uses. Diamond level. Ooh, that's not bad at all. Let's check out the armor. Oh, that's better than diamond, better than diamond. This is diamond level. I think this is diamond level. Might be a little more. Yeah, I think that's diamond level. Yeah. Okay, so there's an upside to silver, is the fact that you can make quicksilver out of it. How do you make the quicksilver? You need mithril. Ah. And I saw some mithril just earlier, so I'll show you what that looks like in a minute if I can find it again. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep looking. We get some more silver ore. Ooh, I keep tabbing out. Okay, earth infused ore, of course, from Thaumcraft to get the earth shards. Alright. Let us keep going. Infusilicum. Infuscolium. I am not pronouncing these correctly. I have no idea how. Anyway. So it's not very strong as far as like this. You can't even make tools out of it. It's very weak. But uses for black steel. You can create black steel by combining infused solium and deep iron dust. And the uses for it is iron level. And I believe the armor is a little higher than iron. Yes, this is diamond level, diamond level, diamond level, iron level. Anyway. So yeah, the uses for this ore, I'm not going to pronounce that again, would be to combine with deep iron to make a slightly better than iron armor set. Okay, let's keep going. Mithril ore, and of course I showed you the use for mithril ore. Let's go ahead and look at the rest of the uses for said ore. Now its base level is diamond. Wow. So you can go ahead and make armor that is, whoa, that's a tier above diamond right there. That's diamond level. That's actually, these are iron. That's diamond level, but this seems like it's iron level. Okay, so that's uses for mithril. Oh, I should show the powder recipes for it. Hatteroth. Gold, of course. Quicksilver. There we go. Of course, you can create quicksilver with it, but the Hatteroth I haven't looked into yet. That is diamond level. And let's check out its armor. Higher than diamond, higher than diamond, diamond, diamond. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay. And what was that combining? Rubricum. I can't pronounce it. Rubricium? Something like that. Alright, let's continue. Yep, I don't have anything in here. Alright, let's get going. Gotta get out of here. I need to find more stuff. More silver. Alright, such exciting commentary. Much wow. Alright. Love me some sulfur. And this. Let's grab some of that. Alright. So when you're mining, it's very good to know what you're actually mining out. What I would recommend for anyone who doesn't know about the ores that they're mining, simply collect it all and keep it all, because everything has a use. And you can find out later how important they are. But for the most part, just keep everything. Okay, so we have some Astral Silver. This stuff is very rare, but it's also very useless. I don't believe you can combine it with anything. Let's go ahead and check the combine. Nope, you can't combine it with anything. Let's go ahead and check out the use for it. It is stone level. And it's pretty decorative. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It's only stone level as far as damage is concerned. Armor, it looks like it is iron level for the helmet and boots. This is iron level, iron level. Okay, so it's basically just like having iron armor. Okay. Ooh, some more tin. Alright. Let's continue. Let's hurry this up. This video is going to be very long if I don't hurry up. Mithril ore. and zinc, I believe, yes. Let's go ahead and look up the uses for zinc. And it is a not very well used, well, it doesn't have many uses. Let's go ahead and look up one of its recipes, copper and zinc to make brass. I already showed you what brass does. Let's go ahead and see what zinc does itself. I believe you can just, use it as an iron substitute for making bucket and shears, and of course decorative blocks, but all the ores have the decorative block. Okay, that about does it for zinc. Let's continue. I think that about does it for this little cave system I found. So I think I may continue with the next part of this video, which is I was doing a little bit of strip mining. Let's go ahead and go to there. So let's say you're strip mining and you happen to run out of torches. Oh darn. You may have already seen that I made some weird looking torches. And so if I go ahead and continue on my way, I'll use these cobblestone to make little cobblestone tool rods. And then I simply put the coal that I've mined on top of it, and voila, I get some stone torches. In which case I can simply just continue mining. And if you're using Tinker's Construct mining tools, you can right click and place the block or torch that is next to the tool itself. And so I can simply mine without even having to scroll my mouse wheel. I can just keep going. Ooh, deep iron. Deep iron looks pretty cool, I would say. Let's go ahead and uses. What level is this? This is iron level. The armor is iron level. Iron level, iron level. Okay, pretty cool. Let's go ahead and look at the uses. Oh yeah, you can turn deep iron, if you combine deep iron with promethium dust, which I believe that's an overworld ore, but it'll turn the dust into regular iron dust. And so you can go ahead and use iron for the uses iron has. Black steel, gotta love that. Alright, yep. I like the way it looks. Okay, well, I think I may go ahead and wrap up this video with my afro. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.